When you think of Midtown Manhattan, bird watching is certainly not the first thing that comes to mind. But today I'm going to take you on a tour between Central Park and Bryant Park, both located in Midtown, and see what birds that we can find in just the span of a couple hours in the afternoon. And because it's spring migration, I'm going to be looking for the famous Bryant Park Woodcock, this funny little round bird that you've probably seen dancing. So I got off the train at the 59th Street station and walked to Central Park from there. So this is largely at the southeast end of the park, towards this area known as the pond. This area is extremely easy to get to from the edge of the park. It's only about 5 minutes from the corner of the park. So the first thing that you're going to see when you walk in are probably ducks and geese, because we are at a pond after all. So here's a handful of mallards. It was somewhat cold, so it seems like they were hunkering down in the grass for the large part. Some of them were out in the water. There was also a handful of turtles that have started to come out for the spring to sun themselves. Here's a mallard duck fishing by doing something called dabbling, where it doesn't fully dive into the water, but it just kind of puts its body upright and sticks its head down in to try to catch things. Here you can see some of the environment around the edge of the pond. They have some cypress trees to create a more marshy environment. There's always an abundance of Canada geese moving through, pretty much at any time of the year, honestly, but right now there is a lot. I saw a handful of brint geese down by the water, not in this area of town. There's also a little song sparrow sitting there as well. You can always hear the blue jays. There's quite a lot of them in Central Park. I got a clip of one hopping here, and then a little northern cardinal. I think this one's a juvenile because of the bright beak and its kind of small round shape, but correct me if I'm wrong. I also got to see a black-crowned night heron just lurking there right in the grasses on the edge of the pond, and got another clip of this. It's always funny seeing birds so large in the city. There's a tufted titmouse I saw just hopping around. Kind of hard to photograph, they move so fast. And then this red-tailed hawk landed right above me. I was up at a higher point on a hill next to the pond, and it came up, landed on this branch, looked at me, and then it basically just turned around, took a poop, and then flew away. So I'm glad I got it on video, but it was a pretty funny little experience. Right after that, I caught the sound of a woodpecker, so I walked towards it, and sure enough, it was a red-bellied woodpecker, which I've seen before in Brooklyn. I've never seen one in Central Park, but very lovely to get to observe up close. And last, I made my way to Bryant Park, which is on 42nd Street and 5th Avenue thereabouts, so about a 15-minute walk from Central Park. And I found this bird immediately, the American woodcock, just doing its little dance in one of the little garden box areas in the park. It's believed that these guys end up in Bryant Park because along their migratory route on the coast, they basically see this kind of valley of skyscrapers, and they get trapped in a sense and come down into this little park, feed, and then they fly out. They are unfortunately a victim of a lot of window crashes in the city because their eyesight, forward-facing eyesight, is relatively bad. Here you can see it just resting, but there was a group of people around photographing it and just hanging out and quietly chatting about bird watching and so on, which was very nice to meet some of these folks, but we also were trying not to be too loud and disturb him. And then after a couple minutes, he did start doing his little dance, and this dance that they do, which has become a bit of an internet sensation, is actually not officially known to science why they do this. There's two main theories, and to me, they honestly both make a lot of sense. So if it's a combination of them evolutionarily, that could be the case. The first is that because they're oftentimes seeing doing this while they eat, while they hunt for little bugs and worms in the soil, that they're bobbing up and down to try to disturb the soil, which will then cause the worms and bugs to move around a little bit. They can sense that movement with their feet and then stick the bill down right where that bug is and grab it. So it's on one hand thought to be possibly a sort of detection method for its feeding, and on the other hand it's thought to be a way that they can blend in a little bit better. As it usually occupies the underbrush, you can see how when it bobs back and forth, it really emulates rustling leaves, as opposed to if it was standing perfectly still amidst ruffling leaves, you would actually be able to see it a little more clearly. So, is it camouflage or is it a hunting strategy? I'm not really certain, but it was absolutely amazing to see it in person. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more birding videos. I'm going to be traveling to Nevada here relatively soon, and we will be trying to get some great footage of the California condors out there.